Hello and welcome to the ETF Super Pit Hit. I'm Noah Warsaw, a designated primary market maker with Group 1 Trading. We're coming to you from the floor of Chicago Board Options Exchange in the ETF Super Pit, where for the last 3 days I really haven't had any good trades to talk to you about. Today though, we're seeing some interesting action in XLF take place. There's been a lot of fear in the marketplace as we've continued to sell off, both in the broad market and in financials as well. Today though, we saw a Sep 13 put seller 10,000 times for 87 cents. So they came in, they sold the right to sell XLF at $13 a share on the up until the third Friday of September for 87 cents. That's an implied volatility of about 38, and that's pretty consistent with what we've been seeing over the course of the last 2 days. The hard side of the trade has definitely been to sell options, simply because of the fact that we're not seeing the huge fluctuations like we saw on Friday. Monday, yesterday was relatively slow. We saw a bunch of traders and actually UIG come in and buy some upside calls, and we saw some downside call sellers in SKF, so kind of a vol neutral trade there if you look at those two in conjunction with one another, but they're both bullish in terms of financials. How I feel about that, I'm going to take the Fifth Amendment on, but the reality is there appears to be somewhat of the catastrophic fear coming out of the financials, and that sort of extends itself to the broad market as a whole, where if you were to watch the volatility sonar, as I'm sure you do, you'll see that the VIX options are slowly beginning to get a little bit some of the wind taken out of the extreme upside calls, although at any moment those could begin to pop. A lot of action taking place in the VIX pit, and we're hoping that's going to continue to extend into the ETF Super Pit, and we'll see some increased action later this week. Thank you again so much for joining us, and a special thanks to our sponsors, Belani Custom Clothers at 20 South LaSalle, offering the finest in men's clothing in the Chicagoland area, as well as an incredible attention to detail and free alterations for life on all your custom garments. Thanks again so much for joining us, and best of luck getting through this tumultuous week before expiration. Thank you.